Yes. Survivor Series. Big Johnny North in the house. How we doing?
Not too bad, Dave. I put over the opening that we have here on YouTube for the show now, but after I saw the opening for Ringside Report, I think we're number 2 because that Ringside Report intro was a bit better than the one we got.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. Yeah. We got a good one, too. Don't get jealous now, John.
I got to give you guys credit on the B show, at least.
Wow. Shots fired at AJ and Fred. Not at me, because I'm on both, so I don't really care what you say. What's the A show? What's the B show? Either way. I'm good.
Well, you're Michael Cole no matter what, then, I guess, right? So that's good for you. Like,
I don't love the comparison, but okay. Michael Cole. Excalibur. How about Gorilla Monsoon? Think of me as Gorilla Monsoon. Okay?
You're not that big, but okay.
I know. That's why it's double funny. We got Survivor Series tomorrow. We've got stuff happening in AEW with their Continental tournament, the Continental Classic.
Right. Yeah, we got the Gold and Blue League all set up. The matches have already started because we had Dynamite and Collision was yesterday, so a lot's happened already. And we had Full Gear that happened. So, yeah, lots happened.
Yeah, a lot's going on in AEW. And it's interesting. They got a new world champion, right? Samoa Joe is the new world champion. That happened last week. We haven't had a chance to talk about that. So there's tons going on in pro wrestling. Tons.
I mean, we expected new champions, just not a new world champion. That was a bit of a surprise, but I mean, good for Joe to finally get a second reign. I didn't think he'd ever get a second reign. I thought one, that's it, but good for him to be a double champion too as well.
I want to talk about AEW and Samoa Joe, but I want to start with the WWE and Survivor Series. Big show they have tomorrow night in San Diego, Petco Park, home of the Padres. Outside, 2 rings, double cage, war games. It's going to be quite an image. It's going to look cool as hell.
Yeah, but I don't know about you. Like, looking at the card, I'd be a little upset, to be honest. Like, how many hundreds of dollars, close to thousands of dollars people have spent to watch 4 matches? And I don't know about you. I don't think these are going to be 4 matches that are going to live up to whatever people paid for, I don't believe. I mean, the War Game matches. I've been over this so many years now. This is the worst match in all of WWE. It goes on forever. It drags. And then in the end, it's just a spot like garbage match in the end. It's not fun really, and you have to watch it twice. It's too much.
They have their ups and downs.
More downs than ups, to be honest. The War Games match.
I don't love the format. It's not my favorite. It's not. But they're getting big stars. They're gonna get some big stunts, it's stunt wrestling for the most part. I think the big attraction is Brock Lesnar in that type of match, because Brock doesn't usually work these kind of multi-man matches. He doesn't work well with others. Like, to have to participate in a thing like this for Brock is going to be weird. And I wonder how long he's going to be in the ring for, because he's not usually in the ring for very long. So, like, he could be in one of those cages for a long time and be the last guy for his team, which I fully expect. But even then, once the bell rings and everybody's right, because the match doesn't fully start until everybody has entered the War Games cages. They're all in other cages waiting to be unleashed into War Games, and they have to wait like intervals. It starts with 2 guys, and then another guy comes from one team. Somebody got the advantage this week on Raw, right? The heels?
Heyman's team. Yeah, the heels for the men's and the faces for the women, as we just found out on SmackDown tonight.
Yeah. Charlotte won that match for her team to get the babyface advantage for the women's team. And on Raw, it was Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul over the Usos to get the War Games advantage. So Brock Lesnar, like, that means we'll get even more Brock, because Brock is going to have to enter the ring, do some stuff, and then somebody else will enter, probably Roman Reigns or Cody. Who's the last guy for the babyface team? Punk? Cody? Roman? Like, take your pick.
Well, the way they kind of set it up the last couple of weeks, like Brock and Roman are the last 2 kind of thing, and it feels like Roman's the only one who can seem to put a dent into Brock, so Roman being the last guy to actually start the match, it makes the most sense. Although they're putting Cody as like the top guy on the team, I think that's mainly just because he's the WWE champion, so that's why they kind of make it look like he's the captain, where I don't believe he actually is. I think it feels like it's Punk and Cody trying to lead the team.
Yeah.
But obviously problems, as we saw on Raw.
Yeah, they had that promo, which I enjoyed, you know, Cody welcoming them to his team, and Roman's like, what do you mean your team? I've been fighting this battle longer than you. Most of this team is my family. What are you talking about? I thought it was good.
Well, and last year, I mean, that's what it was it not? It was pretty much Roman, it was Bloodline with CM Punk.
Yeah. It was Roman, Usos, Punk, and Sami Zayn. Now Cody's taken Sami's spot in the War Games team, but Roman, and on the other side it was Bronson Reed and Solo?
I believe Solo Sikoa, yeah.
Yeah.
The Tongas as well, I think.
The Tongas and
I want to say Drew McIntyre was just thrown in there for some reason.
I can tell you here in a second. It was Jacob Fatu.
Oh, there you go. That makes more sense.
This year, for those unaware, it will be Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, and the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns taking on Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, and Brock Lesnar in the men's War Games match. Women's War Games match will be Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, and AJ Lee taking on Nia Jax, Lash Legend, Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Becky Lynch. I really enjoyed Becky's promo on Raw this week. I thought it was fantastic. Very funny.
Well, I didn't. I thought it was... What? Yeah, I don't enjoy it. Like, I don't understand. Like, why does she have to act like Donald Trump? Have you not noticed this? Like, in the promos? Like,
it's funny.
Oh, I don't think it's funny. I think it's dumb. Like, why are you a parody of Donald Trump?
I mean, she kind of is, but she's not fully. There are definitely
on
some SmackDown. Traits.
On SmackDown, it felt exactly the same thing. It's like, come on. It's way too much. The way she talks, her cadence with it, and like pretty much every way, I feel like almost
doing an impression.
It feels like it's almost completely that. On SmackDown, it felt exactly an impression.
I like it. I know what you mean, but I'm enjoying it. I think Becky's doing good work. You didn't think that promo was funny on Raw?
I don't think Trump's the right way to go with this. I guess she's trying to be a heel with this, and she thinks that's a good way to be a heel, but she also thought it was a good idea to dress up like Hulk Hogan and try to mock Hulk Hogan as well. So I don't approve of these ideas that she has.
I like Becky. I think her promos are really good, and especially when you're comparing them to some of the other promos that the other women are doing. You know, did you hear AJ Lee?
Yeah, I'm not saying it's great like across the board here. I'm saying like it's all bad. But the fact that you're trying to parry the U.S. president, like, it doesn't make sense that you're doing this, for one. It's not necessary. But she's doing it because she thinks it gets heat. But I just think it's just dumb.
It is getting heat.
I think people are just annoyed by her. That's not good heat. You're getting X-Pac heat.
But I'm entertained. I like it. I can't be the only one. I find her very amusing. I like this character. I like that she's she lost the title, but she has lawyers looking into it, so she can't talk about it. So let's not even talk about it. Let's not bring it up. I think that's very funny. She lost the belt to Maxine Dupree, the Intercontinental title. But her lawyers are dealing with that, so she's not legally allowed to speak on it. I thought that was funny. Funny heel
It's been
tactic.
a tremendous... I just find it's been a tremendous fall for her over the last couple of years. Like, she was the top women's wrestler in the world. And now, like, if she's top 5, it's a miracle, I think. I don't think she is.
Active
I think she's
right
far
now?
from it. Yeah.
I think she's pretty close.
I don't know about that. I definitely would
top
put
5
Rhea
in the
Ripley.
world is kind of tough.
Well, right, but she was number 1 overall, period, and she fell. She fell
but did you see Tony Storm's promo with Jon Moxley on Dynamite this week? How are you going to compete with that? She's not allowed to compete with that. I mean, Tony Storm is saying some things pretty saucy. R-rated.
Well, just the whole women's thing in general too. Like, they're not going to be able to bleed like that too. So you're not going to get that kind of violence. It's not even going to get close to that for the War Games. So, I mean, yeah, like, it's not the same level, obviously, but still, like, even in WWE, like, Rhea Ripley's ahead of her. I think you can agree with that.
Not on a promo level. Like, you put a microphone in Rhea's hand and it's not great.
I'm not going to say it's the greatest thing to listen to, but people love it. People want to hear her talk, actually.
In small bits.
Well, I don't think she ever does that long of promos. I mean, most promos get interrupted anyways, so.
Yeah, because it gets a little shaky. Like, you could put a microphone in Charlotte's hand or Becky's hand and let them go, and they'll be all right. You can't say the same for a lot of them. And they're trying to do it with AJ, and it's not really working. I don't really see her as the leader of that team. She comes out on Raw, and she's doing the talking. She's kind of leading the team, and you go, I don't know. You got Charlotte and Rhea Ripley next to you. I feel like maybe Charlotte's the leader of the team. You're just not allowing it to happen. It's weird. And, like, Charlotte doesn't get to talk? What's that about?
Well, she kind of talked a bit backstage on SmackDown tonight. That kind of happened.
She's like third banana at this point. What's this? She's only above Io and Alexa Bliss. What's that about?
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
They made her like an important part, and yet you shouldn't have said that, by the way, because now obviously you can hear your Alexa going off. Yeah, gotta watch out that. But with Charlotte, like, they kind of made her an important part without being the important part, because the whole rift with Rhea, that was a huge thing where she wasn't on the team, then she got back on the team.
Yeah, but
so that was her thing for this, was that there was an issue, they had to resolve it, they had to go to a whole movie scene with her and Rhea to have that happen. So that was getting her over, I guess, was giving her that.
I don't know. She's better than all that.
I won't disagree with you. I mean, she's right up there too with Rhea as well. I mean, I don't think she's number 1 right now, but if not 2 or 3, easily Charlotte.
You think Rhea's number 1?
Oh, without question. Like I don't think
over.
there's any doubt. Like beyond over right now. Like the fact that she's not the champion right now is kind of surprising. Like they should be building towards that in some capacity, and they're not doing that, which is kind of baffling, to be honest.
Struggling to remember who is the champion. Oh,
well, that's a championship match
Stephanie
later on.
Vaquer, who will be defending her title against Nikki Bella. Maybe Nikki Bella takes the title when we build towards Rhea and Nikki.
I mean, stranger things have happened. I just don't think we're getting the title change in that match. We talked about this last week. Like, you thought we're getting title change there. I don't think we're getting it there. I think we're getting it in another match on the show.
John Cena defending the Intercontinental Championship against Dominik Mysterio. Dominik Mysterio defeating a little person dressed as John Cena this week on Raw. Real throwback move from Dirty Dom.
Yeah, I felt like we saw that kind of segment, like in the Attitude Era. They did a lot of that kind of stuff.
I didn't hate it, though. The guy was clearly a wrestler. He took bumps, like, you know. For him, I'm sure he's pumped to do that. Like, he's a wrestler. He's going to get a shot on WWE TV. He got to do a promo. Like, his indie rate just went up by a few bucks. Like, yeah, good. He's fake John Cena. He could do John Cena gimmicks now on indie shows and make more money. Am I wrong?
I don't have a problem with them doing that. I just thought in the end, like, that was it. Like, nothing really happened. Dom got beat up a little bit, and wasn't really that great of a thing in the end. Like, I think the payoff wasn't that great. It was good for him, though. I mean, it's fine to do that, do the whole mocking thing. That's not a problem, but I just thought they could have done something more with it. Maybe Cena actually comes out, but no.
Well, no, Cena wasn't booked. Rey Mysterio had to come out.
Which is fine, and it led to Rey getting a victory, which we haven't seen Rey in a singles match in a while, so it's good to see Rey active again, doing stuff. Feels like the LWO is dead, though, but oh well.
So how about we start there? We'll do the predictions here for Survivor Series. John Cena, Dominik Mysterio. You think Dominik is taking the Intercontinental Championship back from John Cena? I'm assuming with some help from JD McDonuts and maybe Finn Balor. That's how you see it playing out?
It's going to take like the whole brigade, pretty much. It might take every member ever of Judgment Day. I'm not thinking Edge is showing up here, but I'm just saying that it's going to take a lot to beat Cena. But they're going to do that, and maybe they'll throw in a surprise here or there to do it, but they'll do everything that it takes to beat Cena, and they're going to get it done, I think.
I don't think Cena loses. That's it. That's the statement. I don't think Cena loses again, ever.
He lost to Brock. He can lose.
No more. No more. I think he can retire as champion. No more losses. Cena wins. Cena up, attitude adjustment, 1, 2, 3.
Hey, you're going with what you want.
All right. Well, I think, I don't know. I just feel like you diminish the final match if you have him lose to Dominik Mysterio here in his second to last match. You go, okay, well, I mean, who gets to pick the bones? Who cares?
If anything, it would put it more in doubt that maybe he actually will win his last match.
I guess. But I think no matter what, him against Gunther, even if he is Intercontinental Champion, I think there's more doubt that, like, I think if he goes in as Intercontinental Champion against Gunther, you expect him to lose because he's got a belt and it's Gunther. But then if he wins, it's like, oh, That's different. But if he loses the belt here to Dominik, you go, oh, well, he could win or lose. It doesn't really make a difference. If he wins, it's like, okay, he beat Gunther on his way out for America, I guess. And if he loses, it's like, okay, well, Gunther beat him. So did Dominik. Who cares? Like, if that's the thing. If Gunther beats him, doesn't really matter because Dom just did it. And if Cena beats Gunther, then it's like, whoa, who's better, Gunther or Dominik? I don't know. I think you have to have Cena beat Dom here to preserve Gunther and the tournament and all of that. I got Cena winning, retaining the title, going on for his last match against Gunther, winning that, and then they, whatever, do something with the Intercontinental belt, do another tournament, do a Battle Royal. Who cares? Doesn't matter. The Intercontinental Championship, like, come on. The Women's Intercontinental Championship means more at this point, and the belt's been around for like 6 months. IC title was with Dominik Mysterio for the longest time. You forgot about it. Irrelevant. Now Cena has it for some reason, like gimmick reason, because he never won it before. Who cares?
I think it would do more good for Dominik to get the win tomorrow than it actually would for anyone else who potentially could face Cena at this point. So that would be big for Dominik to win. I think he should win, Dominik, on Saturday.
All right. Well, we got a difference of opinion here. We'll see what happens tomorrow night. Stephanie Vaquer, Women's World Champion, defending against Nikki Bella. I think we got another difference of opinion here, John. I've got Nikki Bella winning. Cena and Nikki both winning on the same night. It's like the good old days. It's like 2012 all over again. When was that?
Was that when they had that mixed tag? I thought it was like 2013, 14.
Something like that. You know, whatever. You know what I mean.
Maybe even 15, to be honest.
WrestleMania 33, 2017.
Wow. Okay.
Jeez. That recently. Cena and Nikki beat Miz and Maurice, and then he proposed to her?
I think that's been erased, though, from WWE history, but yeah, that happened.
Then he proposed to Nikki in the ring at WrestleMania in 2017. 8 years later, they're on the same Survivor Series card, and I got them winning big matches. I got Nikki Bella becoming the new Women's World Champion over Stephanie Vaquer because Stephanie Vaquer's title run has been an absolute dud, and we need to move it along. And I think you're right. We do need to move towards Rhea Ripley becoming champion again. And Nikki Bella, I think, is a great foe for her. Also a great foe for AJ Lee. They've got prior beef. I think that would be good. Nikki as a heel champion against all these great baby faces that we have, like Io Sky, like Rhea Ripley, like AJ Lee, all on Monday Night Raw. I think we kind of need it. I think we need a heel champion, not a babyface champion, because who is Stephanie Vaquer really going to go up against? Who are the heels in the women's division other than Becky Lynch? Like, what else is there for Stephanie Vaquer? I think we need a heel champion. I think Nikki Bella is the perfect champion. It would make a lot of people mad. Fearless Nikki for the win.
I agree with your idea that we need a heel champion. I just don't know Nikki Bella's the right one. If Liv Morgan's coming back, I think she'd be perfect, actually. And then if you build towards that match, Rhea versus Liv, WrestleMania.
Again.
Yeah, I think that's what should happen.
I feel like Liv is going to have to Like, I don't think Liv comes back as a heel. I think she comes back as a babyface and has to deal with Roxanne Perez.
Right away? Really?
Well,
wow. Okay.
You think they're going to be friends? I don't think so. I think Liv comes back and it's like, well, what are you doing here? And she gets Rhea Ripley'd out of Judgment Day.
I expect tension, and that might eventually happen. And I could see it happen after she loses to Rhea. I could see something like that happen. And then after WrestleMania, I could see Liv as a babyface. But I think they can still get something out of that.
I think the fans like Liv too much. Like, when she'll come back, she's going to get a babyface reaction no matter who she's with. No matter what she does, people are going to cheer for her when she comes back.
Right, but that's how you can turn it, though, too, as well. Like, you can make it seem like, oh, she's on everyone's side, but then, oh, she's actually still with Judgment Day. And then they'll boo.
Well, we got a lot of differences of opinion here, John. We're disagreeing a lot. I disagree. And you disagree with me, right? You're going with Stephanie Vaquer to beat Nikki Bella?
I hope it happens, but again, it could be surprised, and like WWE loves to do these crazy surprises. Like, I didn't see Maxine Dupree winning the IC championship, but it happened, so.
Stephanie's been champion for a little bit now, and it's not been great. I think they're going to pull the plug on her like they pulled the plug on Giulia and her U.S. title reign. Pulled the plug on that title reign and disappeared Giulia, too. Where's she been? Gone. Chelsea Green gets a talking segment on SmackDown. Do you see Giulia once? I didn't. Is she in War Games? Nope. Where's Giulia? Don't know.
I think they're a bit more invested with Vaquer than Giulia, I think. I feel like they feel Stephanie is potentially going to be a top star, I think.
Promos are important.
Sure, but I think because her wrestling is like top notch right now, one of the best in all of women's wrestling right now. I think they're looking past it a little bit. And they tried on Raw. You saw they tried.
It's just with Stephanie Vaquer, her wrestling is pretty good, but there's no character there. There's like nothing. I have no idea who she is.
I mean, we complained about this for Toni Storm for a year or so until she figured it out. So I think Stephanie can give her time to figure it out.
Yeah, but Toni Storm wasn't really the champion until she figured it out.
No, she was. They actually did give her a reign.
But like it was, everybody was champion and they were bouncing it around.
Right, and this is kind of Stephanie's just injury. Well, we'll just give it to her, see what's going on, and off this, I think they can make her into something.
I'm saying now's the time to move it along. All right, well, it'll be interesting to see what they do. Because we got different picks here. What about the War Games matches? How about women's War Games? Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, AJ Lee take on Nia Jax, Lash Legend, Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Becky Lynch.
I like the baby faces in this one.
Ooh. Really?
Wow, we going differ again? Wow.
Well, I love it. Yeah, I think we're going to flip on everything.
Crazy. That's amazing.
You're going to be right about everything, by the way.
Well, obviously one of us is going to be right?
No, I think it's going to be you on everything, and you're going to be like, I told you, and I'll be like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm wrong, but I'm going with what I don't know. I watch these shows.
Why do you feel this way?
I don't know.
Why do you feel this way?
I don't know, because you're picking against me, and usually we pick basically everything the same for WWE shows. Maybe that's a good thing with this show. It's like, it's hard to tell, right?
I feel like a lot of this is slam dunk stuff, but...
Oh, okay.
Again...
See, the fact that you're so convinced and I'm kind of like on the fence makes me think that you're going to be right about everything.
Again, it's just how you look at it. Like the way I'm seeing it, the way like the heel, like pretty much everyone who got the advantage is going to win. Because usually what they do is they do the opposite, right? Is that if you have the advantage, then you win. I mean, if you don't have the advantage, then you win. So, like, I think that happens. But I think this year, the advantage will actually mean something. And that will be the thing going forward. And if you notice, too, with the women's, I find the heels have been mainly dominated. And it seems like the faces, like they can barely keep it together for the women. With the men's, I feel like it's kind of even-ish. But the way I look at it with the men's, I see the two world champions are on one side, so the heel side has to look stronger, I think.
Interesting. I see it differently. I'm going to go with the heels to win.
The women's.
The women, the women heels, Becky Lynch's team. I think that they are more aligned together.
And bigger.
They are bigger. They are much bigger. I mean, Alexa Bliss and AJ Lee are very small. Nia Jax, Lash Legend are very big.
Yep.
So I've got that team winning the War Games for the women, the heels. I think, Charlotte, Rhea Ripley alliance will not last. I think the team will maybe not survive as far as staying together. So I'm going to go with Nia, Lash, Asuka, Kyrie, and Becky to win. No champions in this match. None of the champions.
Well, there are the tag champions, right?
Oh, right. The Kabuki Warriors. That's true. Yeah. Okay, so you're going with the other team, the babyface team.
Well, and you put over the fact that the women's babyface team, like, they've been at odds with each other, and that's where you feel like, oh, it's not going to work out. Where I feel the heel team, they've kind of shown a little bit where not everyone's on the same page and believes in the whole Becky, like, telling them what to do kind of thing. And I think that's going to play a factor in it, too, where Becky's going to try to bully people around, and people are going to tell her, like, too bad, they'll do their own thing, and that's going to cost them, I think, the match.
We'll see. Okay, and then the War Games match, you kind of laid out how you think it's going to go. I have the opposite. I got Punk, Cody, the Usos, and Roman winning. Because
I'm baffled by this. Wow.
Because they got the champion. They got both champions on the. I mean, they got who are supposed to be the two best guys in the whole company on one team. You got both champions and Roman Reigns on one team. How could they lose? The other team is mostly jabronis.
But that's it, though. Like, because you have the champions of one. Like you say, it's a super team. They're too strong. So this is where they have to lose, actually, I think.
Nah, man. If John Cena was on a team with Batista, that team would win. If Hulk Hogan was on a team with Macho Man, that team would win. If Cody Rhodes is on a team with Roman Reigns, that team should win.
It's funny, Hogan's team lost his first ever Survivor Series because he was the champion. He didn't need to win.
I got Cody and Roman winning. Who's going to pin Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes and CM Punk? They're all taking falls? No, wait, sorry. No. They don't all have to take a fall. Only one guy has to take a fall. And it could be Jimmy Uso very easily. Okay, sorry.
Easily. Sorry. Like, I expect that.
It should. Well, if anybody, it's, if anybody's taking the fall on the babyface team, it's Jimmy Uso. It's not main event Jay. It's not Roman. It's not Cody or Punk. It would be Jimmy Uso. On the men's team, it could be Bronson Reed, it could be Logan Paul, it could be Drew McIntyre taking the fall. It could be Brock Lesnar taking the fall from Roman Reigns. Or Cody. Or Punk. Or main event Jay. I mean, any of these guys could do it. I got them winning. I think you want to send the crowd home happy. I think this is going to close the show. And I think you close the show with happiness, excitement, babyface team winning.
Well, I think there will be somewhat of a nice ending, but I don't know if it will be in terms of like just the babyface team winning. I think we'll get an idea. Because Roman teased it, right? Like, oh, I'm going to come after one of the titles. I think maybe we'll get an idea of which title by the end of the night, maybe.
So that's the happy ending? Roman Reigns, like, spearing CM Punk? Is that a happy ending?
I honestly, I think him spearing Cody Rhodes, I think the place will blow, I think, if that happens. I think people will be very happy.
You think he's going to do that?
I think that's the match we should get, actually. I mean, they're tied, right, at WrestleMania. Have the trilogy match at this year's WrestleMania or next year's WrestleMania.
I don't want to see that again. I mean, I guess.
I mean, who else?
It's a different story this time. I mean, I guess they could. Yeah, what else is Cody doing?
What else is Roman doing? Like, what other main event could they do, Like, it makes the most sense, I think.
Mm-hmm. And then what, Punk against Gunther again?
Oh, Punk could do a lot of different things.
Brock?
He could do Brock. Maybe Seth comes back, because apparently Seth says he's trying to come back by February.
Okay, that's something.
I think there's options. And maybe, maybe they're going to push Bronson Reed all the way up there.
Bronson Reed and CM Punk? Not Braun Breaker.
I mean, wait and see, because Bronson Reed, they're kind of pushing him kind of hard right now. So
they are.
Again, but maybe they're pushing him hard now, because maybe Breaker will get it after him.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, because I feel Reed's going to get a title shot.
Yeah, it seems like it's headed that way, right?
But that might be at the Rumble, though.
Huh?
That might be early. That might be before WrestleMania. Bronson Reed getting a title shot. Bronson Reed might get the shot at the Rumble.
Yeah,
I can see that happening, actually.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I'm interested now in Survivor Series because we got different picks on every single match.
It's a first. Amazing.
I wonder what Angelo thinks. I see Angelo there, CSL, Lauren, Ryan Katz. Who are you guys picking for Survivor Series? Send me your picks in the chat. Who do you have? Cena or Dom? Who do you have for the War Games match? Team Punk or Team Brock Lesnar? What do you have for the other War Games match? Team AJ Lee or Team Becky Lynch? You have Stephanie Vaquer retaining or Nikki Bella as new champion? I got Nikki Bella as new champion. Johnny doesn't think so. I got John Cena retaining. Johnny doesn't think so. I've got Nia Jax, Becky Lynch, Lash Legend, and the Kabuki Warriors winning Women's War Games. Johnny doesn't think so. And I got Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, and the Usos winning. Johnny doesn't think so. So, pretty good.
I hope we're doing a post show tomorrow because it'll be fun for one of us. Oh, that's too bad. That would have been fun for one of us.
No, sorry, we can't. I got somewhere I gotta be tomorrow night. I can't do a show after the Survivor Series. It's my buddy Giuseppe's 40th birthday party. Gotta go.
Oh, good for him.
You know Giuseppe.
I know of, I think. It was the same person, I think you're talking about. I only know one Giuseppe that you know, so.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. You know him.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. You did a show with him before. A little bit. Yeah.
You know him. Like, you went to school with him, didn't you?
Of course.
Didn't we all work at that Dawson newspaper together?
We did, yes.
So you know who I'm talking about, right?
We used to call him Joey all the time, but yeah.
Yeah. Yes. But now he goes by Giuseppe because he's fancy. He's a classy man now.
Okay.
He's 40, he's grown up. Joey is, for children. He's Giuseppe. I like it. I think it's cool. Name change. I'm going to do a name change. I'm not Dave anymore. I'm Dave Seppi.
Well, I thought you were going to go with Davison, but that's more
Dave
insider
Seppi.
stuff.
Davidinho. I think Davidinho is pretty good. Davidinho! It sounds good like that. Like a soccer guy. Like Ronaldinho, but Davidinho. Is there a Davidinho? There must be somewhere in Brazil, some guy called Davidinho. Got to get one of those jerseys. People start calling me Davidinho. You see how it takes off. Start wearing a Davidinho jersey a lot of times. People go, Davidinho. And then all of a sudden people start calling me that. Nickname. Done.
I think DS is still your best nickname, but
I like Dapsy. That's a good one. Angelo says Team Punk, Dominik, Team Rhea, and Vaquer are his picks. Okay. So he's got Team Punk like me. He's got Dominik like you. He's got Stephanie like you. And he's got Rhea like you.
Well, half.
Well, no. 3 out of 4 like you and then 1 like me. Not half.
Oh, okay.
No, he picked Dominik over Punk like you did. No, Dominik over Cena. Sorry, like you did. He picked the Rhea Ripley team like you did, the Babyfaces. And he picked the Stephanie Vaquer to win. But
again,
he agrees
I feel like
with me. He actually picked 3 baby. Yeah, well, Dominik's a heel. 3 baby faces and a heel. Did I do 2 and 2? Cena. Yeah, I did 2 and 2. Men's babyface war games. John Cena, 2 baby faces winning. Stephanie Vaquer or Nikki Bella heel winning, and then all women's heels winning. 1 title change. We each have a title change, but your title change is different than mine. Like both our predictions make sense on paper. You know what I mean?
Honestly, the men's one, like I just don't see Punk's team winning.
I don't understand how you don't see a team that has Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk and the Usos winning. It's one of the most stacked Survivor Series teams ever. How do you not see them winning? I don't get it. I don't get how you see those guys not winning. They're like the top guys in the whole company on one team. They're the 3 biggest guys in the company. They're the 3 biggest guys in all of pro wrestling on one team. How do you not see them winning? It's literally, John, the 3 top male stars in the business right now on one team, and you're like, I can't believe you see these guys winning. I can't believe you don't see these guys winning. What do you mean?
Well, the fact that we both believe, like, 2 of the 3 are going to be wrestling each other at WrestleMania. So right away, there's going to be problems with them working together easily. You're going to see that whether win or lose. You can tell the team's not going to work out too well. And, like, it's not exactly they're against, like, slouches here. Like, you say, like, oh, like, it's a bunch of jabronis they're against. Brock Lesnar, I wouldn't call it jabroni. And
no.
Drew McIntyre is still up there, I think.
He's like a main event level. He's like a Kane type character, Big Show, where he's like, he's in the main event, but he's not winning.
I feel like because he's done a lot of jobs lately.
Yeah.
I can't see him losing this one. Logan Paul also losing a lot lately. They've been losing a lot, the heel side. This is their time to finally get one over, I think.
Bronson Reed's been picking up tons of wins. Braun Breaker, too.
Yeah, I didn't really count those 2 because I feel like they're protected no matter what.
They are very protected. That's true. That's the only thing that makes me go, oh, maybe they'll win, because those two guys are really protected.
Oh, one of those two, I think, are going to win the match, probably.
All right. Well, that Survivor Series going down tomorrow night. There was a John Cena tournament match. The winner faces Gunther in the semifinals. Gunther beat Carmelo Hayes this week. But then the other match was Penta versus Solo Sikoa. And Solo won because Penta got hurt doing like a Hurricane Rana outside the ring off the barricade. Looked like he blew out his shoulder or dislocated it or whatever. I don't know how hurt he is, but hurt, maybe injured. But the match just ended. I don't know if Solo was supposed to win because it was kind of weird. Solo versus Gunther, Penta versus Gunther makes more sense. I don't think any of that was supposed to happen. Well, I mean, obviously the injury, but the finish for Solo to win, I don't think he was supposed to win.
It's weird because like he had the match on SmackDown. He main evented SmackDown tonight, which is also very weird. But
Solo,
I feel like, yeah.
So
it's weird that he was supposed to lose on Raw, but then win the main event on SmackDown. It's weird how it all goes down, and I feel that's what's going to cost him. Like, I feel like this was supposed to happen because he's not going to beat Gunther because of what happened. If you remember the ending of SmackDown with the Wyatt Six, I think that's going to cost him the match with Gunther.
So you think maybe he was supposed to win against Penta?
To me, it's just like, it's weird that he would have lost, then win, and then like gone on with that. It's not impossible that would have happened because, like you said, the Penta Gunther match makes sense. But to me, it also makes sense that it's happening the way it's happening right now.
I really thought that match was going to end with Solo getting screwed over by somebody in this Survivor Series match, like the Motor City Machine Guns or Sami Zayn showing up and distracting him, helping Penta win. Which, like, I wonder, imagine that was the plan and they were there, like they flew there for the spot, but then Penta gets hurt, so they never go out. I mean, that's possible.
Maybe. I feel like they would have mentioned it more, but maybe would have played more. Well, actually, no, because they actually filmed this. I was incorrect. They didn't film this after Raw. They filmed this last week, actually, after SmackDown. So, like, all this happened before Raw even happened. So you couldn't actually do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this was all done well in advance. This is why SmackDown felt very disconnected from what we're going to see probably tomorrow. Because, like, a lot of the main event, like the men's Survivor Series teams weren't around. Your main event wasn't really around at all on the last episode before Survivor Series. Very weird. And the women's thing, it wasn't really that big of a deal.
No.
No Cena, too, by the way. No Stephanie, no Nikki. Like, not really a good, like, last show before Survivor Series.
Yeah, this show, SmackDown, felt like a big nothing tonight. Jey Uso beat Rusev to advance in a John Cena tournament. LA Knight beat The Miz in a match that just took too long. Miz shouldn't be wrestling on TV. Where are we at in that tournament? Who's left?
So, yeah,
are we down
LA
to 4?
Knight. We're pretty much down in the final 4 now, yeah.
Okay. So LA Knight and Jey Uso will wrestle?
Yeah, it's interesting like how that went down because I feel like it would have been different, but that's the way the brackets work. Like Jey Uso versus LA Knight and Gunther versus Solo.
Are we going to see Jey Uso and Gunther in the finals here?
Yeah, I think there's a strong possibility.
Again?
I think there's a strong possibility of that, yeah.
That's funny. I think that's what's going to happen. I think Jey Uso beats LA Knight for sure. And Gunther, yeah, for sure. It's going to be Jey Uso and Gunther. That's just silly.
Well, I mean, unless they play off that Jey Uso's too hurt after War Games, and
oh yeah,
that's all.
That's an out.
I could see LA. Yeah, see LA Knight win by that way.
Oh, okay, maybe.
Either
Main
way,
event.
I mean, Gunther wins.
Yeah, either way, Gunther's going up against Cena. We knew that from the start. The main event of SmackDown was Solo and all his guys, the Tongas, all the 4 Tongas, and Sami Zayn and his friends of the Motor City Machine Guns, and who else was
Nakamura,
in this? Shinsuke Nakamura,
Rey Fenix.
Those guys lost. The solo friends won, but then the Wyatt Six showed up. Ugh. Are they tag team champions still? Those Wyatts?
I believe. Yeah, I think so.
They are, right?
I think so. I can't remember them ever losing.
Defend the belts.
Well, I mean, who are they going to face exactly?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't know. They have nobody.
I honestly thought
again, I've said for years, like, the women's tag division, it's one division. The champions go on both shows because there's no tag team division to speak of in the WWE. It's the same for the men. Like, they shouldn't have 2 sets of tag belts because the men's tag team champions and the women's tag team champions, the men's tag team champions on Raw and SmackDown, totally forgettable.
Yeah, I was very happy when we had undisputed tag team champions. I'm like, this is the way it should be. I don't know why we had to ununify the titles, but they had to do it in that ladder match and ruin everything.
Like, I'm forgetting again who are the tag team champions on Raw. Wait, no, hold on. It's AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. I know this because they're supposed to wrestle the New Day on Monday because I saw New Day cut a promo on Raw. And I was like, oh, the New Day. They're still around. That's good. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee, makeshift tag team, are the tag team champions on Raw. And the Wyatt Six, a team that's barely existing on SmackDown, they're the tag team champions over there. If you had one division, you might make it a little better. But there's nothing going on. It's a very weak tag division on both shows. WWE doesn't pay attention to tag team wrestling, and they seem to put no effort into it.
They might put more effort next year because SmackDown's going back to 3 hours, so they'll have more time for the tag team division then.
Yeah. Get ready for more 25-minute Motor City Machine Gun DIY matches.
I highly expect that to happen. Yeah, highly expect that.
Yeah, they'll do a best of 7.
Well, they've already done a 2 out of 3 falls match, if I'm not mistaken. So
we need to stop before we give them any ideas. Chelsea Green cut a promo this week on SmackDown to celebrate herself and her championships. And then Jade Cargill, like, Chelsea was being very, like, obnoxious, right? Chelsea Green doing her normal thing. And then Chelsea Green saying she's a great champion and all of this because she's the U.S. champion and she's a, what is it? AAA champion of some sort?
I believe it's a mixed AAA champion.
Okay. So she's talking about how she's a great champion, and then Jade Cargill comes out and, like, beats her up viciously and then leaves. What's up with that? Chelsea is a heel, and I think Jade is a heel.
Yeah.
The crowd kind of popped when Jade attacked Chelsea because it was cool because Chelsea's there talking and they're annoyed, and then Jade comes out and beats her up, which is cool, and then leaves, and she looks cool, and she's the champion, so people kind of pop for that, but I thought she's supposed to be this heel that everybody hates. It was weird. Why did they do that? Do you have any explanation?
The only thing I can figure is that they just wanted to make Jade look good And they had that thing last week where they had the promo with each other. So this was kind of finish that off. But when they finished that off, they had Jade like have an interaction afterwards with the baby faces, and they were all mad because Jade has attitude, and that's a bad thing. So she's obviously bad for having attitude.
Yeah.
So
you have these weak ass baby faces backstage in Michin and B-Fab. B-Fab, who already got beat up, just squashed by Jade last week. She's mad. It's like, who cares? This is your opposition for Jade Cargill? B-Fab looks like she might want to join up with Jade Cargill. I don't know. She was given a weird look. Couldn't quite tell what was going on there. I guess we're just waiting for Tiffy time. Where's Tiffy time?
I guess you have to wait for that one. I don't know. Not around right now.
Yeah. It was just weird stuff with Jade Cargill. I didn't like that thing with Chelsea Green. I don't know why they had to do that. Becky Lynch, we talked about, she's in the War Games. She also made some news. She was on a podcast this week, and she said some pretty controversial things.
We're talking about the Lacey Evans stuff, I'm guessing, or
I was gonna say the other thing, but I was gonna say the thing about the blacklisting.
Oh, okay, yes, there's that too, yeah.
She says this to the Bert Kreischer podcast. She says, I'm not going to name names, but there was a guy on the main roster who it was like, be careful. Be careful because, one, he'll try to sleep with you. If he sleeps with you, then he'll blacklist you. And then if he tries to sleep with you and then you don't sleep with him, he'll also blacklist you. So kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't scenario, which is pretty awful. Either way, it's horrible. And then she continues, so there was this line that you had to walk this tightrope. Kreischer asked Lynch if he knew the person, and Becky said, yes, you know him, definitely. At one point, he got my number, and I remember being like, how do you walk this line? So there was always this thing of, if you get into a relationship and things go south, they're not going to fire the guy. They're always going to fire the girl. So it was a very, very scary thing. Jeez. So first of all, everybody's speculating, who is this? You got to wonder, when somebody's going to get the opportunity to talk to Becky Lynch and say, yo, you remember that thing you said? Who are you talking about? Because we should probably name that guy and blacklist him from pro wrestling forever, no? Kind of disappointed she didn't name him. That's a pretty crazy story. Just drop a bomb like that and walk away. It's interesting. And if it's true, whoa. What? Who was that? And how was that allowed? I mean, I know how it was allowed because Vince McMahon ran the WWE at the time. But, what? People are guessing on the internet, which is not good. Like, that's the other thing. Like, people are guessing. They're like, oh, I think it's this guy or I think it's that guy. And you go, okay, well, Becky's saying this. Now it's going to point the finger at a bunch of different people. The speculation is going to run wild. I don't know. It was an interesting move by Becky to just kind of say that. I don't know if she realized how much controversy was going to cause because people are now like, yo, who are we talking about here? What? Who's doing this? Blacklisting you from the business, getting you fired from WWE if he wants to sleep with you and you do it, he'll get rid of you somehow, and then if you don't, he'll also get rid of you somehow. Like, who is that? Because whoever it is, it's going to be a very famous professional wrestler, and I'd like to know who that is. So we can go, oh, yeah, that guy, he's a good wrestler maybe, but pretty bad guy. Let's not celebrate him. Because chances are, whoever it is going to be celebrated in some way. That's what we do with the legends of the business. And chances are, if you have that kind of stroke with WWE, you're a legend of the business. So
it's a bad look for WWE. It's really, really bad. It kind of shows that it's a very greasy company and that they allow something like this to happen. Because it, again, a lot's implied by what she's saying, but that someone has that power to get someone fired like that. And if that's allowed like that, it makes WWE look really, really bad. Now, I can understand why she didn't name the person, because that would lead to potential lawsuits, I imagine. So I don't think she wanted to get too messy into that. But just by throwing that out there, it's created enough of a mess anyways, I think, that something has to be done. WWE has to do something about this, because this is going to get brought up over and over again if they don't.
Triple H should be asked about this.
Well, they don't do press conferences anymore. There's no presses anymore.
Right. But this is a very serious allegation made by one of your top stars who currently still works for the company.
I imagine there will be a lot of damage. There needs to be damage control off this. And I think a big thing they'll say is that whoever she's talking about is no longer in the company and that it's been settled and they'll never be back, kind of thing.
The culture's different now. Vince is gone.
Right.
Yeah.
But that needs to be said, though, because off this, there needs to be some sort of action. Because
yeah, WWE hasn't made a statement or anything.
No, I think they were kind of taken by surprise too by this.
Yeah. And then she said about Lacey Evans. She says, I start working with Lacey Evans right out the gate after WrestleMania 35. God bless her, but she wasn't, for me to go from the main event of WrestleMania to somebody who hadn't done anything was terrible. So Becky basically saying, she started working with Lacey after Mania, and it just, Lacey wasn't over, and it just didn't make a lot of sense. I don't think she was saying anything bad about Lacey. She said, God bless her. However, Lacey took it pretty hard.
I don't think what she said was very flattering, to be honest, but I can understand why Lacey was kind of mad, but...
Yeah.
And she was very mad, as you saw with many tweets that she put out afterwards.
I mean, just so many tweets from old Lacey Evans, who is no longer in the WWE, of course. She is now doing OnlyFans. And she's mad at Becky Lynch for making that comment. Wasn't a great thing to say, but it wasn't an untrue thing to say. Lacey hadn't done a lot at the time, and working with her wasn't great. Lacey should understand that, but she's mad.
I mean, the way I look at it, that's more on the booking. Like, it's not like she decided, oh yeah, I want to wrestle Becky right away. But whoever booked that decided that's what was going to happen, because they wanted to elevate her that level as quickly as possible. And now you're pretty much putting up right now, I guess, the whole Lacey Evans response here looks like you're putting up.
There you go. There's Lacey's response. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Kissing emoji. The only person who cried more than you was the baby I had on my hip while taking all the opportunities. When I come back, you will still do nothing but gently shake my hand and say how cute my little family is backstage. Which, yeah, I mean, it doesn't sound like she has any animosity towards you, Lacey. Sounds like you have animosity towards her, right?
Well, what's this shoot cry stuff? It sounds like there's something more to it. No?
Yeah, there's more, I guess. There's all sorts of stuff.
He has kids, I know that.
Yeah, I don't know. Finish her off with the women's right. I tried. She cried for 2 hours, then no sold. All right, this is off her response here.
There was a moment where that happened. Like, she gave her the punch.
Yeah.
And like,
Jesus.
She turned back, whatever. Well, Dave doesn't like seeing Lacey's behind them. They showed all the time on her entrance.
I know, but it just surprised me.
There's something about the moonsault too. I don't know why that became a thing about how Becky can't do a good moonsault, but Lacey can do a good moonsault. I don't understand how that became a thing, but that kind of became a thing in this war.
I don't know. She's mad. Lacey's really mad that Becky said that. I think maybe she's mad because, her wrestling career didn't turn out to be what she wanted it to be, and now it's pretty much done. There was a window there for her to be a big star, and it didn't work out. It happens. That's what happens when you have Ric Flair's baby. Didn't that end her career? Well, she had Ric Flair's baby, and then she went away forever, and she never came. Did she ever come back after getting pregnant?
Yeah, she did come back. Remember?
Oh, no, she did. Yeah. She did.
Yeah.
She did. I just love when she got pregnant, they were kind of saying that Ric Flair was the father. It was like, whoa, what? I mean, obviously, we all knew he wasn't, but the fact that in the story he kind of was, it was good. She was feuding with Charlotte at the time. It was hilarious. But she did come back, and the run was weird, right? It didn't really work.
Well, because they try to put her over as like a U.S. hero. But the way they were presenting it was kind of weird because we were all told we had to cheer for her, and then people were like, "Huh, like that's weird." You had to stand for her and all this too when she come out.
Yes, and she was supposed to be a baby face.
Yeah, because she got this whole thing about her dad dying and everything.
Yeah.
But the way they presented her when she came out was like, you have to stand for her and you have to listen to her. And
yeah, because she's better than you and acknowledge how great she is. And it's like, wait, what?
Yeah, they messed it up a bit.
That was really weird. I remember talking about it with you on the show, being like, what the hell are they doing? Because I remember thinking, okay, it's like this heel character where she's like really obnoxious. And cheer for her. She's amazing. Aren't you so impressed with her? And you're like, yeah. She's like, I'm the best. I did this and that. And you're like, okay, you're just like this obnoxious character. And then she does this emotional thing about death and addiction. And you're like, oh, well, okay. She's not. We're supposed to feel bad for her. So she's not a heel. But then she comes out and it's like, cheer, she's the best. She's better than you. And you're like, what? It was very weird. It never made any sense. It was like a baffling gimmick. She was like obnoxious heel who had more accomplishments than you could ever dream of. And also, like, she had a tough life, so feel bad for her. And I think she was a babyface, but man, did they ever present her as a heel. And it didn't last very long. And then she was like off TV. And they fired her. Is that a rib? Is that a rib on her?
I think it's just they didn't know how to use her correctly. That's what it sounded like. That's what it felt like living that as we watched that. They just didn't really know how to use her right. And I think the whole thing with Becky, when that happened, they were trying to push her too soon. Like, I think around that time with Charlotte, that was good. That was the best time for her. But she got pregnant, so that kind of destroyed that. But she had her window of opportunity. It happened for a little bit. It's just there were moments where they were either pushing her too much or they weren't pushing her like correctly, or didn't know how to push her.
I don't know. You say they didn't use her right, but she's not even in wrestling anymore. I think they did what they could. She doesn't wrestle. She's not really a wrestler. I got limited sympathy for people like that.
I think it's tough, though. It's too bad. Someone who works for years at something, and then like something like that happens. Like you work so hard, and then just because the booking kind of destroys you, and you lose your job. That's kind of too bad.
Yeah, it is too bad. But wouldn't you keep doing pro wrestling in some form?
Her life changed. Like she had 2 kids, and like it was easier to make money on OnlyFans, right?
Yeah, I guess.
That became a huge option because of Mandy Rose, right? She opened up a new avenue for people, so.
Yeah. And if that's what you want, if you want fame and money, and you don't care about being a pro wrestler, go ahead. I'm just more interested in people that want to be pro wrestlers. I'm more interested in that. Like Toni Storm, when she was done with WWE, she opened up like an OnlyFans briefly. And then she kind of was like, shut it down and went to AEW and decided to just wrestle. She may still have one, I don't know. But I remember when she left WWE, it was like, oh, now she's opened up an OnlyFans, and you're like, oh, okay, is this, she's just done wrestling now? Is that, and then she shows up in AEW, and then she becomes one of the top stars in wrestling. And I go, wow, that's, like that's more entertaining for me. That's more, I don't know, it's more admirable a little bit. Just showing pictures of your ass. I mean, it's whatever. I don't knock it. I just think, like, I have more respect for wrestlers that are doing pro wrestling as an art than just, doing OnlyFans, because that's not that hard. I don't think it's that difficult to do what they do. It's probably embarrassing to a certain degree. I don't know. But, like, I don't think it's hard to take pictures of yourself in bikinis. I think it's harder to take bumps and, like, go into thumbtacks and whatever Toni Storm does. You know what I mean? So I like that better. When you're done with WWE, you go and you do wrestling, because I think that's more impressive because it's harder. And I like it more because fewer people are able to do it. It's very easy to take pictures. I mean, they got to work out, I guess, stay in good shape. So, I mean, I don't know.
No, but you're probably right in the sense that it's easier to take pictures and take bumps. I think most people would agree on that one.
Yeah, so good for them. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying, like, like if that's what you want to do, cool. But I don't think it's as cool as like what Toni Storm is doing. Like Mandy Rose, to me, is irrelevant in the wrestling world. Like Lacey Evans chirping about Becky Lynch. It's like, who are you, Lacey Evans, to talk about Becky Lynch in a wrestling context? You don't wrestle. Shut up. You're not a wrestler. Don't talk about Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch is on Raw. Becky Lynch is going in the Hall of Fame. You are a blip on the radar. No one will remember you. I just go, shut up, Lacey Evans. You're irrelevant. So that's my point about the OnlyFans route after you leave wrestling. Like, if you want to go down that road, don't talk about the wrestlers. Like, you're not in that world anymore. And when you do, you sound bitter. Because you're not, like, it's not like you're an accomplished wrestler who went and did that. You had a cup of coffee in the WWE. I mean, she's like the Ryback of the women's division at this point. Come on.
But Becky did start this, though. It's not like Lacey came at her like out of nowhere like this. Like, Becky's the one who threw the comment out there, and Lacey just responded back. That's it.
Lacey responded back with like several like personal mean shots. Becky made an offhand remark about like, well, Lacey, I like her. She was nice and all, but she wasn't a big star or established at the time, and I just came off main eventing WrestleMania. It was weird booking. It wasn't a comment on Lacey. It was a comment on the booking, and then Lacey started making comments about Becky. And my thought is, like, who is Lacey to say anything about Becky?
Well, she was there. She's definitely...
She is a jabroni. She's never drawn a dime in professional wrestling. Becky Lynch is one of the greatest women's wrestlers of all time. She may be the greatest women's wrestler of all time. And that's not just me saying it, John. A lot of people are saying it. And I know you may not be a big fan of Becky Lynch, apparently, but I think you got to at least respect her for being an absolute legend of professional wrestling. Whereas Lacey Evans, if you ask most people, they don't remember who she is.
In terms of the totem pole, sure.
She's a fucking nobody. She needs to know her role and shut her mouth, jabroni.
But that's if you're all the way up. But if you're all the way at the top, why are you taking shots all the way at the bottom?
Oh, she wasn't taking shots. She was asked a question. She answered it.
All right, like that's fine, but still, it was a bit of a shot, though, regardless. And
yeah, well,
she's at the status that she is. She doesn't need to like put people down.
John, judging by the way Lacey responded, I'm guessing that Lacey as a person probably deserved way more shots from Becky than she got, and she got off easy. Judging on how she acts publicly, I'm guessing in private, she's worse. So I think Becky was probably nice about it. She was fired from the company, doesn't work there anymore. Nobody misses her or asks where she is. No other wrestling company is interested in hiring her. I wonder why. Come on, man. Who the fuck is she?
I think she's trying to make the most out of this because she's got a lot of attention off this. So that's why I think she did so many responses back. And plus, when you respond back to something like that, you get so much of like Becky's fan base firing back at you. So I imagine her like Twitter feed is filled with the Becky Lynch fans, which I'm sure you're a part of. So I'm sure you know about all those.
Her on Twitter, but I'm definitely, come on, Lacey Evans, get out of here. All right, AEW, they did some things this week. They had a pay-per-view Full Gear. Samoa Joe beat the Hangman to become the new AEW World Champion with help from the evil Hook. Hook turning heel and helping Joe and rejoining the Ops. That was something. Chris Statlander beat Mercedes Moné. Huge win for Statlander. Very good match. And Statlander cutting a hell of a promo, I thought, on Dynamite this week. Big win for Statlander. Very big. Big win for Samoa Joe.
Yeah, both. Well, I thought the Statlander match was pretty good. The Joe match was all right. It's just, it's 4.5 hours of a show. I'm pretty tired at that point. So yeah. I was happy that it wasn't too complicated of a finish. It was pretty straightforward. Good for Joe to win. Led buckets in that match. It was very impressive. In the end, though, I had to feel Hangman, he's a bad champion, just like I told you on the show last night, and you read the comment that I wrote that.
You think he's a bad champion?
I mean, he's great at chasing the championship, winning the championship, holding the championship, defending it. He's had 2 bad reigns. Like, what did he do in this reign? I feel like his last reign was better, and that wasn't exactly very good either. So,
yeah,
he's just not a good defending champion.
He has not had great runs with the belt. And now Samoa Joe is champion. Looks like he's got Hangman coming after him, Swerve coming after him, and maybe Eddie Kingston?
Eddie Kingston is next. It's official, December 10th. Winter is coming.
Okay, just winter. It's a Dynamite. That's not real. It's not a pay-per-view, at least.
It is happening, but yes, it's not a pay-per-view.
Yeah, so it's not real.
Sure. All right.
It's the world champion doing a TV defense. That's nothing. Who gets the World's End shot? Swerve and Hangman with Joe, triple threat. Haven't they done that?
We've done this. Was it not the year prior, if I'm not mistaken, when Joe was World's champion? End? Not World's End. I think it was like Revolution or something like that.
Yeah. Do it again.
It might happen. I would like if they maybe changed up a little bit. Maybe just have Hangman in it or Swerve in it. Not do another 3-way like that, but wait, maybe make it a 4-way. Throw someone else in there too.
MJF.
Well, MJF has the shot whenever he wants. Why would he get himself added to a match? Like, it's kind of a waste of a shot.
It's not one-on-one. You could pick your spot, win the match. Maybe it's a match you want to get into.
Interesting philosophy on that one. I don't know about that. But wait and see. Like, it'd be nice to see MJF come back. I expect he's going to come back soon. I don't know if he'll come back for World's End, though, which I believe is, the last Saturday of the month?
Tell you, it will be December 27th.
Wow, day after Boxing Day.
How about it? FTR won the tag team titles, beating Brodito. I told you that would happen.
That was
right?
good.
Did I call that? I called that one, right?
We both called that one.
Did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thought I had one over on you. Trying to get one. Pac beat Darby. Overall, it was a pretty good pay-per-view. Hard to pick a match that I thought stood above the rest.
I was really impressed by Moxley and Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah, it was very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that might have been the match of the night. Good pay-per-view. Joe beating Hangman. Big surprise at the end. Nobody really saw that coming.
I didn't see that coming. I was very surprised by that. Like we've kind of said, like, Hangman hasn't had great title reigns, so I thought this reign would have lasted a bit longer. Or he would have done something more with it. Nope. Just done. But I guess they have an idea, obviously. I mean, they wouldn't have just done this just for the sake of doing this. They obviously have a plan. We'll find out what that is exactly soon enough, I imagine. I don't see Joe holding the title that long, though. Like his last reign, like, I just feel it's going to be a pay-per-view or two, and then we got a new champion, I think.
Yeah, who's that going to be?
I mean, Swerve makes sense, but Swerve beat him the last time, so it's tough to put him back on Swerve again. I feel MJF needs to be the champion going in to the next All In, but that's a long ways away. So, I mean, MJF beating Samoa Joe also makes sense because Joe beat him for the title.
Yeah. I'll tell you, though, I wouldn't be mad if they gave it to Kyle Fletcher.
It's too soon, I think.
He's pretty good.
He is good. He had a good match with Okada this week on Dynamite.
His match with Mark Briscoe on the pay-per-view was really good, too.
It was good, but the problem was it was right next to the Moxley match.
Yeah. Mark Briscoe is really good right now. Really good. That promo he did on Dynamite was incredible.
Very emotional.
Oh,
talking about his brother. Yeah,
man. His face covered in blood cutting that promo too. That was something. Powerful. That guy as TNT champion is really good, but after seeing that promo, I was like, make him the world champion. I like him.
Well,
like he's getting better and better. As like a single star, like doing his thing, like this gimmick, this zone that he's in is really good.
I just feel like they had that spot and they kind of let it pass it by in a sense. Like I felt they had opportunities when Briscoe first came, but they didn't take advantage of it. Now they kind of are, but I feel like they put him down too much, where you can't believe him to go for the world title. Like TNT, pretty good, and maybe another title, but world title, I just don't see it.
I think you have Kyle Fletcher become the next world champion, and then it makes a whole lot of sense for Mark Briscoe to be in contention. He could be the last guy to take a belt from him, you know? I think Kyle Fletcher is going to be a big star in AEW, big star in pro wrestling. He's 26 years old. His wrestling is tremendous. He's big. He's got a look. He's kind of like a giant Don Callis now. He dresses like Don Callis. He's got the bald head. So he's got like a look. He's got a manager that looks like him, who does a lot of the talking for him. His talking is getting better. I don't know, man. I think AEW has something with this guy, and they could elevate him to the main event. He just dropped the TNT title. He just beat Okada on Dynamite. They clearly have big plans for him. I think they could do something with Kyle Fletcher. The Don Callis family is gigantic. There's so many guys there.
Do you have Fletcher advancing, though, in the Continental Classic? Because I don't have him going to the pay-per-view.
The winner of the Continental Classic gets the belt, right?
Yeah, I'm actually making a mistake. I'm making the pay-per-view. I don't have him making the finals. He'll make the semifinals, but not the actual final, though. I forgot about that.
The semifinals and the finals are on the same night.
Right, so it's the winner of both leagues will then face the semifinal winners. So the runner-ups, pretty much. So I think Fletcher's going to win his league, and then will face Konosuke in the semifinals on the pay-per-view.
Yes. So it is a round-robin tournament. There is the Blue League and the Gold League. The Blue League winner will face the Gold League runner-up, and the Gold League winner will face the Blue League runner-up. The winners of those two matches will face each other later that night at World's End on December 27th to determine the winner of the Continental Classic.
Right.
So the top two in each league advance. So Claudio Castagnoli, Jon Moxley, Konosuke Takeshita, Orange Cassidy, Mascara Dorada, and Roderick Strong are the Blue League. 6 guys, so 4 of them won't make it, 2 of them will. The Gold League, Kevin Knight, Kyle Fletcher, Pac, Darby Allin, Speedball Bailey, and Kazuchika Okada. Now, Fletcher beat Okada to get 3 points. Kevin Knight beat Darby Allin, another surprising finish on Dynamite, in a match that I thought was just fantastic. What a great match.
It was very good. Yeah.
Hard hitting, incredible moves. Man, when Darby, they were outside the ring and Darby flew into the barricade and missed Kevin Knight, and then Kevin Knight jumped on the other barricade and moonsaulted and hit Darby really hard with that moonsault. The timing, the speed, the impact on that was just incredible. Those two guys are awesome athletes, and they went after it in that match. So good.
I liked how Darby pulled up on the when he did the coast-to-coast drop kick. The pull-up made it look even better.
Oh. Yeah, the impact looked crazy on that.
Yeah. Well, Darby knew how to sell that, so that was pretty good.
Darby is the most consistent wrestler in wrestling. He doesn't have a bad match.
I don't think he's going to win, but his matches are definitely something to watch, obviously, throughout the whole tournament, without question.
Is he Wrestler of the Year?
It's tough to say. Like, he's up there. I don't know if he's wrestled enough, though. That's the problem. He only did half the year, so that's the problem.
But, like, match for match, pound for pound, he's the man.
He's so must watch, without question. You got to see what he's going to do all the time.
Yes. You have to watch his matches. Like, I'll be honest, some matches I'm skipping over on Dynamite. Darby's match, I'm watching every time. Every time. You can't miss it.
Well, and I can imagine this tournament, there's going to be some matches you're not going to be a fan of. Like, I don't mind watching Claudio and Orange. I think they've had a good match in the past. This wasn't one of their better matches, but I can understand not being as excited.
I watched a bit of it, and then I skipped a little chunk because I was like, I've seen this.
Right, that's it. You've seen it before. It's good, but I mean, wasn't anything new or different, really.
Right.
Too much.
So, Gold League matches so far. Fletcher beating Okada. He's got 3 points. Kevin Knight beating Darby Allin. He's got 3 points. Pac beating Speedball Bailey on Collision. He's got 3 points. And the Blue League, we have Takeshita beating Roderick Strong for 3 points. Claudio beating Orange Cassidy. And Jon Moxley beating Mascara Dorada. So everybody in each league this week has had their first match.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be Fletcher, Konosuke semifinals, and then I'm thinking it's tough. I'm thinking probably Okada and Moxley in the other semifinal.
Fletcher and Konosuke, and then Okada and Moxley, and then maybe Okada and Konosuke in the finals.
I mean, that seems to be what everyone would expect to have happen, I think.
That sounds about right. I think Okada and Takeshita in the finals. I don't know if Okada wrestles Moxley in the semis, though. I think that's a big ask for Okada. I think Okada winds up wrestling somebody else like Claudio or Orange, maybe.
See, I thought Orange, but I also feel like they've done that match where I feel the Moxley match, it's a bit fresher, and it's like that's a match you kind of want to see on pay-per-view, I think.
2 heels, though.
Moxley's a heel right now. Wait and see. I don't know. I feel you see Moxley's kind of switching a little bit now. Notice, I feel maybe by the end, because he's going to have to face Claudio next week, by the way.
Yeah.
On Dynamite.
Well, is Okada still a heel? Because Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher seem more entrenched with the Don Callis family, which is a heel group, than Okada. Okada seems like the odd man out right now. Is Okada turning babyface?
No, I think Okada's going to stay more the heel, but they're teasing it, right? But I think Okada will be the heel.
But if he's going up against Takeshita and it's like a real feud, how does Okada stay heel with Takeshita with Don Callis?
Because people will turn against Konosuke. Because they had that promo where they told Konosuke, like, you were the first one, but you can always be dropped.
Wow. You think they're going to bail on Takeshita? Yeah. I'd be surprised. I don't think so. I think Okada leaves, turns babyface. Maybe even joins up with the Bucks and Kenny. Rejoins his friends as a babyface Okada. Although Kenny versus Okada was something I thought we were working towards at some point.
We did.
Oh, yeah, we got that, I guess.
Okada won. It's
forgettable,
over.
wasn't it?
I mean, it was what it was. It wasn't the greatest. It wasn't bad, but
I clearly forgot about it. Crazy.
I'm expecting Konosuke and Okada to wrestle probably the next few pay-per-views, actually. So
yeah, this
will only be the start of them feuding, really.
Yeah, it seems like they're doing a lot there with Takeshita and Okada. They're working towards that. Matches in the Continental Classic that you're looking forward to, like I want to see Darby Allin wrestle basically everybody. I think all of Darby's matches are going to be good. He's going to wind up wrestling Speedball Bailey, which will be fun. He'll wrestle Kyle Fletcher, which will be good. He'll wrestle Okada. He'll wrestle Pac again, which will be good. Just wrestled him at the pay-per-view, but like Darby and Okada. Have we seen Darby wrestle Okada one-on-one?
I don't think so.
That's pretty nice. I like that. That'll be fun. That's one I'll have circled for this Continental Classic. I don't know when that'll be, but
yeah, that's a good question too. Like when a lot of the matches will be. I'm glad we're kind of getting through the matches where it's like, oh, they're together, but they have to face each other. We're kind of getting through that already with Fletcher, Okada being done, Moxley and Claudio is going to get done next week. So I'm glad we get through those quick because those aren't like really big matches if you think about it.
Yeah. Matches in the Gold League that don't involve Darby Allin that you're looking forward to.
I like to see, I think Okada probably is Bailey's in that one, right?
Okada Bailey.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to see that. That could be pretty good.
I think we've seen that before, though, haven't we?
One-on-one? Really?
Yeah, I thought so. On Dynamite?
I feel like in a tag.
Maybe.
Like they did like a 6-man or something.
I thought they did a one-on-one. Anyways, Okada's going to wrestle Pac on Dynamite. So that's going to happen. That match. Okada, Pac, Kyle Fletcher, and Kevin Knight, and Claudio Castagnoli, John Moxley. Tournament matches set for the next episode of Dynamite Wednesday in Fishers, Indiana. Fishers, Indiana. Okay.
I feel they're in the Hammerstein Ballroom coming up soon.
Nope.
Well, they're not going. I thought they usually go back to the Hammerstein Ballroom, but okay.
I don't know where they'll be. I just know where they'll be for the next 3 weeks right now on my calendar. They have Fishers, Indiana coming up for Dynamite, and then they're in Columbus, Ohio next weekend because they have Ring of Honor Final Battle next Friday in Columbus, Ohio.
Okay.
And then they've got Collision the next night in Columbus, like a live Collision. And then the following week, they're doing AEW Dynamite in Atlanta. And then Collision that Saturday will be in Cardiff, Wales.
Oh, all right.
And then the next week, December 17th, for Dynamite, they're going to be in Manchester, England, with Collision taping as well.
Wow. Okay, a lot of travel.
Yeah.
Neat.
I don't know about Hammerstein. I could tell you where they're going to be to end the year. Chicago for World's End, December 27th. So, do I see Hammerstein? Yes, Manhattan Center. Is that Hammerstein?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yes, that's coming up. You're not wrong about that. December 20th, so the following week. The December 20th Collision will be in New York at the Hammerstein. And then the December 21st... What? Okay, they're taping Dynamite on a Saturday, and then they're taping a Collision on the Sunday, the 20th and the 21st, because of Christmas, of course. In New York.
Yeah, because Christmas is, what, on a Wednesday this year, or?
Thursday.
Thursday, okay. But still, yeah.
Christmas Eve. Time. They're not going to do live Dynamite on Christmas Eve.
No, that doesn't make a lot of sense, so it's a good idea to do that.
Seems unnecessary. I wonder if Dynamite will air on Christmas Eve or it'll be on, like, air on the Saturday when it. No, because they're not going to air. Because they're taping Dynamite on the Saturday and then Collision on the Sunday. So that's probably for the following. Yeah, that'll be for the following Saturday. Weeks. Yeah, it'll be Wednesday and Saturday. Right? Tape shows.
Well, stay tuned how that all works out with that, and I'm sure.
I think we figured it out. They're taping the Dynamite on a Saturday that'll air on a Wednesday, and then they're taping a Dynamite on a Sunday that'll air on or a Collision on the Sunday that'll air on the following Saturday.
Right. Well, it's been confusing before. Remember, we got a Collision on a Tuesday that aired on a Saturday, and then we saw a live Collision, right? So it was all confusing stuff.
And then there was a live Dynamite on a Wednesday. They taped them out of sequence here, which was really weird.
And there was angles that happened, like Brian got like blinded on Tuesday, but he wrestled Wednesday on Rampage.
Yes, because in AEW world he got blinded on Saturday after his match on Wednesday, but in reality his match on Saturday was taped on Tuesday, so he was blinded on Tuesday and then miraculously fine on Wednesday. Yeah. Taped wrestling can get a little wonky sometimes, Johnny. Shaky. But I do like the Continental Classic. I'm a big fan of this tournament. I think it's fun. It provides some interesting matchups, some matches you wouldn't expect, some upsets. Very good. But I think we basically have the same people winning. We both have Takeshita and Okada going to the finals. It seems like the move. I'm going to go with Okada and Fletcher as the top two in the division. I don't know who wins. Maybe Fletcher wins the division with Okada coming in second, but he still winds up going to the finals with a win in the semis. And then Takeshita and maybe Orange. I don't see it being Moxley. Although, we probably want him on the pay-per-view, so maybe it will be Moxley and Okada, John. Who knows? Who knows what the future holds in AEW? I think it'll be fun, though. It's usually like last year's Continental Classic really made me appreciate the whole thing because it was very well done. So I'm hoping that this year will be the same. It was very good last year.
Well, it came down to the wire last year, if not mistaken. The last few matches, like, all meant something. So
yeah,
it's going to be interesting to see how this all works out. I feel like last year I felt there was clearly, like, you knew, like, these were the top guys. This one, it's a bit more spread out a bit. Like, I know Dorado's in this, but besides him, I feel like everyone else is a top-tier guy.
Yeah. It's very good. It was very well booked last year. I'm hoping Tony Khan just has that formula and is going to do another great job this year. So far, I think it's been very good. Like, 1 week of it, the matches have been good. The finishes have been really interesting. The table is already set in, like, an interesting way. And you go, okay, this is cool. Like, they started off very well. Fletcher beating Okada was big. Darby losing his first match was big. Moxley picks up a win. Okay, Claudio picks up a win. But, like, we had some matches where you're like, all right, this is kind of what should happen, what you expect to happen. And then we had a couple where you go, ooh, that was interesting. That's a little different. Started off well.
It's doing better than the women's tag tournament, which I'm not exactly looking forward to seeing how that all comes together.
Well, I think Tony and Mina... Tony is, like, full on saying Mina is her lover and she wakes up in bed next to her. Like, those are the promos that she's cutting, so that's something. But Tony and Mina against Marina and Megan Bayne in that Christmas death match, I think that's next week, right?
I think so, yeah.
In the semifinals of that tournament. Winner goes to the finals for the titles, right?
Unfortunately, I don't think Tony and Mina are going to win.
I don't think so either. But I think that match is going to be nuts.
Yeah, it'll be crazy because it's just going to be an absolute brawl. Because I think they said there's no tags, there's no countouts. It's a death match. So
Death.
Yeah.
Tony Storm can do no wrong.
Well, it was neat seeing her going up against Jon Moxley. Like, it's not something you usually see something like that. So that was kind of neat.
Yeah, she cut her whole big promo. Marina just kind of standing there, couldn't do anything.
They're really pushing. Like, you talk about someone going from like 0 to 100. Like Marina, like she was like the lowest in terms of like on the whole AEW women's division, and like now she's up there. Like, she's not the top one, but she's got to at least be what, top 5, 6 at least. I think
she's got a spot for sure.
Easily, like she's probably going to become one of the first AEW women tag team champions.
Yeah, it might be her. Her and Megan Bayne. Who else? Who's on the other side?
Well, the Babes of Wrath, I believe, won. They made it to the finals, right?
Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale are in the finals.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all the more reason for the heels to go to the finals.
And all the more reason for them to win, too.
Yeah, but weren't they like a makeshift tag team?
I mean, aren't the Babes of Wrath also like a makeshift tag team as well?
They have matching
like,
gear, though.
Sure.
They come out together.
You got that.
Marina and Megan Bayne don't even come out together.
No.
I don't know.
They are strong, though.
They are strong. They're very strong. I think Harley Cameron might win the tag belts, though. They like Harley and Willow. You could tell they like them. Big pushes.
I was surprised. I really thought Sky Blue and Julia Hart were going to win, so.
I'm glad they didn't. They're not great. They're not good at anything.
No, but
their promos are like the worst promos in wrestling. The worst. Julia Hart is the worst promo in wrestling. Why do they keep letting this girl talk? She is they did a promo, I think, last week on Dynamite that was like the most terrible scripted high school play acting you'd ever seen in your life. It was unbelievably bad. It was so bad that it made me really question everything about AEW and their decision-making in letting this stuff go on their TV show. It was unbelievable. It wasn't even that long, but it was just so unbelievably terrible that I question everything about the company. They cannot wrestle. They cannot talk. They are very green, to put it nicely. To put it bluntly, they fucking suck. They are terrible. My God. They're two of the worst wrestlers in the business that are on TV right now. They're two of the worst. Not many worse than them.
Well, the main thing was we needed someone for Tony and Nina to beat in the finals. That's what I thought was going to happen, but I don't think that's happening now. So
no, that's fine. Tony's got a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I really thought, like, to me, I don't know about you, like, I feel Tony and Mina, like, that's the most intriguing team right now in all of AEW. So yeah, put the belts on them.
They're pretty good. I like them, but I think they're mostly intriguing because Tony's intriguing. Because no matter what Tony does, it's awesome. Mina's just there.
I like that they have their entrance together. It's synchronized and all that.
Yeah,
that's
fun.
Good. Like they've added,
fun. Yeah, but I don't know. All right, Johnny. When can people see you? When's your next match? Are you done for the year? What are you doing?
Yeah, not until like February or something. I ain't wrestling, so
shutting it down.
Just taking it easy. Taking it easy.
Good. You deserve it. You've had a hell of a year. What a run. What a run this year.
Find out what happens next year. I have still have the briefcase, right? So
that's right.
I'll have to cash it in for a championship one day.
Project X Wrestling out in Sudbury, Ontario. Big Johnny is killing it out there. And we are very proud. What a year he's had out in Project X Wrestling. And, I'll be back at some point in the future. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. Angelo Contagonis, I see you joining us over at join.ringsidereport.net. Thank you for supporting. Over at join.ringsidereport.net on the YouTube channel to become a member there, or membership.ringsidereport.net to become a direct member of the Ringside Report Network, keeping us going strong each and every week for you, be it MMA or professional wrestling. We are here to cover it and give you the analysis as we have for the past, coming up, Johnny, on 20 years. What?
Well, I mean, Ringside started in 2006, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah.
So 2026, 2006 to 2026, if my math is right, that would be Ringside Report Network would be entering our 20th year covering combat sports consistently, each and every week, with very few breaks or weeks off. It's a lot of content. It's a lot of hours. It's a lot of knowledge accumulated over the past 20 years. Let me tell you. 21 years? I'm being told 21 years. Is my math off? Have we been doing this for 20 years? I guess you include the first year, right? So we've been doing this for 20 years. My God. Is that true? Is my math correct?
Or
it'll be a 20-year anniversary, but we've been doing it for 20 years. It'll be our 21st year. I don't know, man. I'm being told it's 21, so we've already done 20 years.
But just to clarify, I believe Wrestling Uncensored, that was started in 2010, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Well, because, Ringside Report started as a pro wrestling show, but then we started covering MMA as well on Ringside Report. So to give wrestling more time, we started a second show called Wrestling Uncensored, and we decided to keep Ringside Report strictly MMA and branch over the wrestling to Wrestling Uncensored and just kind of separate them, because we felt like some people listening to the MMA show kind of tuned out with the wrestling, and some people wanted the wrestling tuned out with the MMA. So just more content, separate them. And that was what, 2010?
I think it was 2010. Not mistaken.
Yeah. And you weren't on. Well, you were on kind of the initial run. I mean, you weren't the main co-host. Jeremy Prophet was, even though I asked you first, and you're like, no, get Jeremy. I was like, okay. And I got Jeremy, and then that lasted for a little bit. But you kind of stepped in to replace him quite a bit, even in the early days. And then I just decided that you were the full-time guy.
Yeah, I think around, I don't know, was it around the 100th episode? No, I think maybe around like the 52nd episode. Because I think I remember being around the 100th episode. So, but yeah, I think it was only a year, I think, of Jeremy, and then I pretty much was there full time, if I'm mistaken.
Yeah, feels like it's been you and me forever.
Well, I mean, yes, it's 2010, 2011, at least 2011 for sure. Yeah, it's just been you and me, so yeah.
Crazy. So thank you for supporting us all these years. I know a lot of the viewers and listeners have been with us since the beginning, since like 2006. So they know all this. So thank you. Kind of crazy that this has been going on for so long.
You didn't have kids when this started, so yeah, think about that.
I did not have kids when this started. No. If I did, they would be quite old right now.
They're old enough.
Huh?
They're old enough now.
Yes, but they will continue to age. As will we. As will we all. Inevitably. All right.
We've aged well in this.
I think we're doing all right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, supporting. We got a lot of new stuff on our website. Go check it out. All about karate, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, boxing, mixed martial arts, ringsidereport.net. There is so much content, extra content that you won't get here on the show over at ringsidereport.net. So many articles, interesting facts, information, news over on our website, ringsidereport.net. Do give it a check out. Give it a check out? Check it out? Do check it out? Dude, check it out. Bruh. ringsidereport.net. It's our website, and we like it, okay? We like it. You like it. Everybody likes it. Check it out, and do give it a check out. Do give it a check out. It's ringsidereport.net. It's the Ringside Report Network. It's Wrestling Uncensored. We'll see you later.
Thanks for sticking with us to the end. We would really appreciate it if you could help us spread the word.
You know the drill. Hit that subscribe button. Flip those notification switches.
We are an audience-supported network, so consider becoming a recurring supporter at membership.ringsidereport.net.